saying, but it's not the same. Like, having content sync over and having a game sync over is so different.
Again, like, the fact that BioWare was able to get data from Mass Effect 1 all the way to Mass Effect 3 is just such a beautiful example of, like, people who care. Like, when you show me that craftsmanship...
completely based on a singular platform, like, having complete control over...
But, like, imagine if they took it a step further. Like, what if they release Mass Effect 4, and for whatever reason you can pull in your save data then again, but maybe Mass Effect 4 is actually just on iOS, you know? Like, I wish...
But how are they going to...
With their own proprietary network. I mean, Bungie has... God, what do they call it? I don't know. Bungie... Okay, so, you know, Blizzard has Battle.net. You know, BioWare has the Mass Effect network, I think, or something like that, Origin. You know, like, build your own proprietary service for sure, which is also at risk, because technically any proprietary service is at risk of being shut down in 5 years.
But how does, like, if, for instance, Origin, which is EA, which is BioWare, which is Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Origin isn't the same thing on consoles, is it? I mean, I haven't played an EA game forever.
That's hard to say.
Is Origin, like, is Battlefield line up with Origin on, like, on Xbox One and PS4?
I just...
It's a PC thing. And which is stupid, because then you're going up against Steam. And how do you compete with Steam?
There's some game that's coming out soon that has cross-platform multiplayer. I think it's Unreal Tournament, if I remember correctly.
Really?
I mean,
I've been waiting for that forever. The only game that I know of consistently right now that is always cross-platform is Final Fantasy 11 and 14.
It's something new that's coming out, and I really do think it might be Unreal. But we've really touched on this. Like, I want, as a gamer, you to charge me more money. Period. Take twice my money if you'll do the following. Every hardware, doesn't matter. Every software as a service doesn't matter. I should just have pure continuity between all consoles, generations, and my save data should just go through. Like, it's exciting that finally, with the Xbox One, instead of, like, this weird path of, like, downloading profiles and, like, recovering profiles, like, it just syncs. Thank you. So anytime I log into my Xbox One, it'll have exactly what I set on my home Xbox One on my friend's Xbox One. Like, that's what matters. So, like, I guess I just can't deal with anymore the excuse of, like, oh, well, we can't provide continuity through devices or through save states. Like, it should just go with you. Like, it should always be there. Like, I think there's a future where somebody wrote a blog post about how your iPhone is basically your computer now. And eventually I think that will happen. And, you know, Ubuntu, their phone was supposed to do this, but, like, I should just be able to use my either my iMac or my monitor as, like, a dumb terminal where I plug my phone in via Firewire, or excuse me, Lightning, and then all of a sudden, bam, that's my computer. Like, it's running.
I don't disagree. Of course,
my
the
phone.
power's not there yet,
but soon, right? Like, the new MacBook is fairly close in power to an iPhone. If you didn't know, like, the new MacBook is so underpowered that they're able to, like, be pretty close.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a 1.3 gigahertz Core M, which is, like, slower than an i3, but you're not supposed to notice it because they assume everybody who gets a MacBook is just going to be doing light web browsing.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how they made it so small. Is because they don't have a GPU. They
it's
have
so expensive.
Well, yeah.
For that.
I know it's not going to happen anytime soon, but I really would like to see a bigger focus on continuity. Like,
definitely. That's the next thing. Like, as far as, like, you know, we've had talk with stuff about, like, the HoloLens and things like that, like Microsoft's thing.
Yeah.
That goes into that completely, I think. The HoloLens being not a computer on its own, but being a way to display what your computer is, which could be your phone, it could be whatever that's in your house, but it makes your computer completely, like, everywhere. Like, it's all through your house is your computer.
Yeah.
You just have some central processor somewhere that's handling the data.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and people get upset about this, but, like, I really do see how everything in the future is going to be a screen, and there's going to be nothing powering it behind it. Like my TV doesn't need a processor in it just so that it can provide smart information. It should be just a dumb screen that either Android or iOS can take over whenever I need it to.
I think even that's going to go away. Like, the idea of the HoloLens is you don't even need a screen. Like, everything in your house could be a screen, theoretically. It could appear where it needs to appear. And obviously, you're not going to walk around all day with a HoloLens on, but as that technology minimizes, it eventually becomes like a lens that you wear.
Yeah.
Everything, like TVs and stuff, are going to go away. You don't need them because you can just, your HoloLens will project the data on it.
I'm just shocked that this kid was able to. Yeah, okay, thank you. I was going to say, why in the world did that kid get away with stealing his wallet that easily? Like, that wasn't even a challenge. Also, that lady doesn't look very much older than she did a few minutes ago when she was getting ready to shoot these guys. So, the blonde lady.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Old man.
Don't call me that. The technique is really simple. Telegraph, no, you move.
I'm kind of interested in this story now.
Yeah.
Kid, stop being a jerk.
All over town. Probably figured me for an easy mark. You picked the wrong guy, pal.
I kind of want him to be nice and just give him the wallet, because, like, he's being chill about this.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Maybe we'll just call the police.
Go ahead. Of course, they might wonder why a middle-aged tourist is following young boys down alleys.
You are a crafty beggar, aren't you?
I know how to take care of myself.
I love this game.
Anyway,
Like, this whole series is really amazing. Like,
Good point.
and then of course, you know, they did 3 of these games and they turned around to The Last of Us, which was ridiculously successful and also really good. But,
Had to try.
like, as far as I'm concerned, they're at the epitome right now of video game storytelling. Like, I love, like, Heavy Rain
Yeah.
for what it is, but
God,
that
Heavy
is
Rain.
that is a movie made as a game.
Mhm.
This is still like a video game at heart. Like, it has pure game design. It has a lot of gameplay, but it also has a really compelling story, and like the modeling animation is top notch. The voice acting is amazing. Like, it's all perfect. Last of Us the same way. Like, Naughty Dog just can't
Yeah,
be wrong.
Last of Us was the other one that I was going to play.
Yeah, and you should. That one's also on PS4 though. They remastered that one already.
But how big are these, like, remasters? Is it really that noticeable between 3 and 4?
I wouldn't say
Because I thought 3 was supposed to be the graphics powerhouse of the previous gen.
Oh, it is. You mean the difference between Uncharted 3 and 4 is huge. The console, you can tell just based on the console. Have you seen the trailer for 4?
No.
We'll watch it before you go home. But yeah, like as far as Uncharted goes, or Last of Us, which had, you know, a PS3 version and a PS4 version, I wouldn't say that's a big difference. Because it was completely designed for PS3, and they didn't do a whole ton to change it.
Yeah.
They just wanted it to be available on both consoles because a lot of people got rid of their PS3s, and that was a late game for the console. So that one, I would say, if you have a PS3, just play it on PS3.
Yeah.
If you have a PS4, play it on PS4. You know, like, that's just the way to do it.
Right.
Uncharted, though, definitely, like, 4 is going to be fucking cool.
I don't know. Again, I'm just... Even just the thought of these physical discs that I can't just... like, I literally loved how, like, I bought Destiny, and I got it on the One and the 360. Like, that's it. That's all it should be.
Yeah.
Like, that's perfect. Thank you.
But
Like,
that's still, like, their own... That's not because they wanted to do it. It's because they
No.
needed to convince you to buy it because on the console that you had.
That's right. So you could get it for the... Yeah. I just...
They just wanted to give you the
waiting
good deal.
I guess, like, PC manufacturers are fairly good.
Why can't I figure out what I'm supposed to do?
PC manufacturers are fairly good at dumping old technology when it's time to go. But, like, consoles are just not doing it. Like,
No.
consoles... Maybe that is the crux of why I've always been a PC gamer. It's because no matter what, I can play PC games on any PC ever with the right, like, Haxies and, like, workarounds. Like it's always
I suppose, but
I can play Windows 95 games on a Windows 8 computer as long as I have a virtual emulator on it. Like I'm still able to play those things.
yeah.
So continuity is always assumed on a PC, no matter what
But that's
you're doing.
That's with work, like
Sure, but you can't. You're locked out of doing that here, which is purposeful. But here's the other thing: is that like
it's not. The thing is though, you're still looking at it from our perspective. Like even you're talking about like pulling up old games on your PC. Like I have trouble doing that, so I usually just forgo doing it.
sure,
Like if I can't play some old game on PC, I'm like, oh well, I guess I'm not gonna play that game.
huh.
That game's lost to me.
Weird. I guess here's an example. Like I have an external hard drive that is a copy of an ISO that I ripped of MechWarrior Vengeance, and that game came out in 2002, I think.
Right.
And I have my original 2002 save data.
Yeah.
And a couple years ago, I decided that I was going to go ahead and just load that game up and use my old save data. And there it was, 10 years later. Like, I fully appreciate that, and I just can't do that anywhere else, which is so sad. Oh, she does look a little younger. Good for her.
See, I guess technically that's true, but I mean, I have PS1 memory cards that have data from old PS1 games, and then I have the game sitting over here.
Yeah.
I can put that into my PS3, and I have a converter thing that lets me plug in my memory card and get the data off of it.
Huh.
And I can play that old data on my PS3.
Yeah.
PS3, all the PS3s play PS1 games. They just don't play PS2 games. 4, I'm not sure of. I don't know if 4 plays PS1 games.
Right.
But
Damn!
and then beyond that, I mean, probably with some work, I could use that converter because it's just a USB cable. Plug that into my PC, get that data, and then I could use those as ISOs on PlayStation emulators and play them too. I would assume.
That's a good move, kid.
But I mean, in any case, like it's the difference between having the know-how and simplicity.
Sure.
Like technically, if you had the know-how, just as easily you could.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I got caught. But technically, if you
Does
have
it
the know-how,
does it let you get caught? Oh, no, it doesn't.
no,
Come on, game.
it's against the story.
I
He's gotta get
know,
away.
but kind of want him to have that option.
Come
You're
on!
done. You're done.
I swear this game is intuitive. Oh, that's fucking crazy.
What if you just jump down? Jump down instead.
I probably could go down. See, that kind of option is in the game.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh god.
It's kind of neat. I've seen enough to actually want to play it.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh.
They do the quick actions.
I don't- dude, honestly,
I don't
here's
like
the
that
thing.
necessarily.
The first game I ever played with quick actions was The Force Unleashed.
Oh my god,
And
that game is so awful.
I never played anything else with quick actions. So,
Really?
like, honestly, I never... Like, I actually like them, because they're so novel to
Yeah,
me.
you
still.
haven't gotten like overdone on them.
Yeah.
A lot of games end up using them, and they're just overused. It's not that they're bad; they're just overused. That's
I wonder what game did them first.
The most notorious one is probably Shenmue.
Oh,
For the
that's
Dreamcast.
PS2, right? Oh, wow, yeah. Oh,
Wow,
dang.
I just got shot or something.
Yeah, as a kid, you just got shot. Did you just see a guy fall from the roof? I thought I saw that.
I just skipped that last platform.
Yeah. See, I guess the whole like point of like PlayStation,
Come on.
lol,
I think I'm
of the
supposed to
PlayStation
jump on
3
the
and these open
PC.
worlds is that like you're supposed to be marveled at like that you can get over 30 frames per second with as much detail as are in these
What, you mean on the
environments.
current console?
But
The
yeah,
current
this,
gen?
yeah. Like, what? Why is the guy helping you now?
Because these guys are jerks. They're trying to shoot kids.
Well, alright. Just because I'm not going to be able to understand this later. What is the relationship between Kid and Green Shirt Guy? Green Shirt Guy seems real chill.
Right now, nothing. The kid tried to steal his wallet.
Right, but in the future.
In the future, they're partners basically.
Oh, is that the old guy?
Yeah,
Oh, word!
that's
That's
Drake,
awesome!
It's Drake and Sully.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
That's really cool. Wow, they just made that slide way better than you.
This whole flashback is supposed to be kind of just how they met, like how they got together. Because
Okay.
they've been together for all 3 games.
That's really, really cool. Anyway, so these environments, like, yeah, they're pretty, but like, eh.
Am I going the wrong way?
I guess that's just my position on most like games these days. Like most movies these days, AAA. Most
Yeah.
games these days don't do it for me. I don't know what it is. Like, how am I supposed to live with the fact that out of an entire console generation spanning like 10 years, 3 games made the cut, and they were all made in the last like 5 years? Like The Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War.
There's more out there though. You just they've gone out of your mindset. Like
Yeah.
I could give you a list of PS3 games that you should play.
Like Little Big Planet, okay.
No, not. I mean, Little Big Planet's great, but
He just killed that guy.
yeah, he's dead. All 3 Uncharted's definitely like all of them are fantastic.
Oh, he's got gun now.
Infamous.
Really?
Infamous 1 and 2, really good games, solid games.
That just looked so. Ugh.
No, dude, they're good.
It looked like open world, blow stuff up.
Kind of, but like
Just close your
like
eyes.
Just close your
If you-
eyes. Shit.
if you liked like Spider-Man 2 back on like PS2, GameCube era, I think it was on Xbox as well. If you ever played it, that was like at the time that was the epitome
What
of
are you
like
talking
open
about?
world
Say it
superhero
again.
game.
Which one?
Spider-Man 2,
Oh,
the second movie game.
this Solid Guy is pretty cool.
Yeah. But Infamous like took that
Why
Spider-Man
would
2
these-
game and like
Why would these
Made it
agents
great.
kill?
You okay, kid?
the reason they're trying to kill him is because they want that thing that he had.
But why would an
He
agent
took from
try
the
and kill a
museum.
kid?
It's not an agent. It's a fucking
He's a
monster
Mr. Smith.
minion.
Mr. Smith.
They work for the chick, the old
Oh,
chick.
Do they?
They're all treasure hunters.
Yeah.
And Drake had the ring, and he put it inside the thing, and it like it's a map or something.
Mm-hmm.
Go on. Suit yourself. I don't want it.
That reminds me that I'm hungry. Well, surprisingly, this has actually hooked me. So good for them.
And you're not even playing it.
That's right.
Gratitude would be nice.
I was gonna let you play it, but then I was like,
Now,
you might. You're usually the talker more often. You bring up topics, so I thought it'd be harder for you to talk if you were playing.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
You gotta have an angle.
it's hard enough for me trying to talk and then play the game because I usually end up second.
What's your story anyway?
Look, mister.
But yeah, Uncharted, Last of Us, of course, is a big one. Infamous.
Victor's
God, what was really big PS3 games? Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah, true. I have heard that that's like.
And that came out in
epic.
2008. God of War 3 was really good. I played it eventually.
It belongs in my
God, what do I have? I've got games.
I've got games.
Francis Drake.
That's right.
It's not technically multi-console, but Assassin's Creed, I've always considered it basically a PlayStation game.
Well,
And
not with his wife.
while I would not tell anyone to play the first one
Okay, good.
anymore,
Let me see.
the whole 2 series is really good.
I was gonna take it.
Like 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations.
Yeah, you mentioned that. I mean,
Those so far, those have been the best games. I'm a little behind because I haven't played Black Flag,
Thank you.
Unity, or Rogue, and I've heard really good things about Rogue, which is a PS3 exclusive.
I haven't even heard of Rogue.
It means
They made 2 games this year for like because they do them every year.
that was his
This year they made 2. They did
You see,
the PS4 game only, which was Unity, and that was the big co-op one where you could play as four people could play at the same time.
Yeah.
And then they made a PS3 one only that wasn't next gen, and that was called Rogue. And you play as a Templar that he was an assassin. He leaves the assassins and becomes a Templar, and then he hunts down assassins.
sort of
Huh.
insisted.
So like that one, people have been really talking a lot about. It's supposed to be like the best one they've done, which would be I want to play it, especially before I move on to 4 and like put my 3 into a closet.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to play that one.
Why don't you tell me? You're the one working.
How long's this cutscene now?
No,
Client wants something. I obtained. For
probably until the end of this episode.
It's just a job.
Look pretty friendly to me.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure I'm fired.
I'm pretty sure this is the end of the young Drake thing.
Pretty sure
I think you go
fire.
back to the present after this.
First of all, that was no ashtray. some sort of decoding device. Check this out.
What you might not know is that these games do go into the supernatural.
These games do?
Yeah.
That is news to me.
It's just like Tomb Raider, where it starts very grounded, but they always end up in a place and then things happen. So like the first game was all about like you were in this jungle like location, and there was like Nazi like submarines that were sunk there, and you found out why, and like basically they end up being like zombies like type stuff.
Huh.
Yeah. It always has to do with it's very Indiana Jones, where it's about this artifact that they're looking for, but the artifact is supernatural in essence, like it creates things or whatever. I'm trying to remember what the second one ended up happening. This one's really cool because you go to this one's in Japan, or no, that was Tomb Raider.
For now.
I confuse them because the Tomb Raider game is actually really similar, but it's good.
So you still haven't told me.
The Tomb Raider one, you end up in Japan and there's like these demon samurai things that you fight that are really awesome. It was a lot of fun.
You got to tell me.
That
trying to
guy's
remember
kid
where
is
this
just
ends
a
up.
consummate asshole.
With me and I'll teach you a few things.
He's
Drake,
like,
Drake is a
he's
consummate
like, thanks for your
asshole.
help. Not.
Yeah. Clearly.
Like this, like Sully is so chill.
Yeah.
Like Sully should backhand this guy.
My friend, call me Sully.
Nathan Drake. Nate.
Saved your life from
And now
getting
they're
shot,
the best friends ever.
and I gave you a meal, and now you're safe.
I see great,
I think you should continue being a jerk to me.
great things.
Isn't that how every like mentor-mentee relationship is? It's like, you're gonna make me rich someday.
I guess. And now they're dead.
Well, actually,
But they're not dead.
How do they survive?
I don't remember.
There you go.
Oh, I think they faked it.
All right, lads.
Wow.
Oh. Thought you were going to put a silencer on that thing.
So, you've got no sense of drama.
Right.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, that racket's going to bring the cops any minute. Get the hell out of here.
Pulled a couple of those punches, Charlie.
What do you mean? I hardly touched you.
You headbutted me.
Oh, I got a little sweat.
I never understood that phrase, pull and punch.
But it's still it's good
What do you mean?
What does it mean? I don't understand.
It's an acting thing.
Pull,
Stage fighting.
pull a punch? What does that mean?
Because you throw your punch out, but you pull back. You don't go all the way.
Finally flushed him out.
Pull the punch.
Just falling back to that.
That's... How do you punch with pulling? Pulling motion. That's
But
weird.
it's not a literal pull. It's
Alright.
figurative.